So I've felt this for a while within myself and haven't really known how to express it or the words to use to put it out there. But just started reading a book called Discover Your Divinity, a modern guide to affirmative prayer. This was recommended to me by Unity Church, which is a new thought spiritual community that I've started going to, headed to in a couple hours. And I just want to read the first paragraph of this. It's really spoke to me, and I think there's a lot of people in the spiritual community that probably feel things in a similar way. Tell me how this resonates with you. Chapter 1. What is affirmative prayer? Traditionally and almost universally, prayer is understood as a solemn request or a statement of thanks addressed to a deity or higher power. It presumes human powerlessness and divine intervention toward a desired outcome. Affirmative prayer is a completely different form of prayer. The teaching of oneness, meaning there is only one divine power, and therefore God and humanity are one in absolute truth, changes prayer. Rather than presuming the power we seek is outside and separate from us, affirmative prayer empowers us to respond to life's circumstances by drawing upon the truth of oneness. We can recognize, claim, and embody the fullness of our divinity in the midst of our human experience. I just feel like that nailed it really well. That's something that, as a ex-Christian, as I consider myself, I felt as the biggest challenge and block that I have with Christianity, or the way that the church presents Christianity. Really, it's the way that the church presents Christianity. There's this, it goes against the other things that I'm learning in the ways that I'm growing, which is that we are complete, we are whole. We don't need anything externally to make us feel that way. This separation is an illusion. And the whole dogma and rhetoric of all Christian theology is that we're broken, we're sinful, we're not good, we're dirty, we're wretched. And the only way that we have any value and any worth is when we go outside of ourselves, we look at the image of Christ, we look at one who came and lived perfectly, and that's how we're good, that's how we're accepted. And I understand that perspective from a certain angle. It makes sense to me. I'll talk about that in a different video. Plays into my simulation theory. I can see how that is true in some levels. But if we are made in the image of God, then inherently we are beautiful. We are perfect. We came here to experience the opposite of that, because we can't experience this on the other side. But the point that really drove home for me is that we have this completeness within ourselves. We don't have to go outside of ourselves to find it. And I think there have been some blocks for me in trying to, I've deepened my spiritual walk in my spiritual life, but not necessarily my prayer life. My meditation practice has gotten a lot stronger. But prayer is kind of its own thing. So I'm really excited to continue reading this book and see what new things might be there for me to learn. If you like this, if it resonated with you, drop a like and a comment, and I'll continue to share things that show up for me. Have a beautiful day.